Unlocking Your Voice, a masterclass in articulate and confident communication. Part 1, The Symphony of Your Voice, Your Journey Begins. Hello, and welcome. Have you ever felt a brilliant idea shrivel on your tongue, unable to find the words to express it fully? Or perhaps a crucial point lost in a mumble, dismissed before it could even be properly heard? Have you watched opportunities slip away because your voice, your true, authentic voice, remained locked inside, hesitant to emerge? If any of that resonates with you, then you are precisely where you need to be. This masterclass, Unlocking Your Voice, isn't just for aspiring public speakers standing on a grand stage. It's for the quiet innovator in the boardroom yearning to share a groundbreaking vision, the passionate entrepreneur pitching their dream, the dedicated parent navigating difficult conversations with their children, the student presenting their thesis, or simply the friend seeking to connect more deeply and authentically. It is for anyone who has ever felt unheard, misunderstood, or less impactful than they inherently know they can be. Imagine a world where your words flow effortlessly, where your voice commands attention and respect not through volume, but through clarity and conviction. Imagine walking into any room, any conversation, with the quiet confidence that your thoughts will be received, your ideas considered, and your presence felt. This isn't a pipe dream. It's the very tangible destination of this masterclass, a journey we will embark on together. Over the coming hours, we will explore a powerful roadmap, not just abstract theories, but practical, actionable strategies. We'll delve into the very core of confident communication, addressing everything from the often unseen psychological barriers to mastering the physical instrument of your voice, from crafting messages that resonate deeply to delivering them with magnetic presence in any real-world scenario. I am thrilled to be your guide on this transformative journey. I'm committed to helping you unearth the innate power that resides within you, waiting to be expressed. As we begin this journey, I want to invite you to deepen your learning even further. Many of the practical exercises we'll discuss throughout this masterclass are further demonstrated and expanded upon with visual examples and real-time practice sessions on my YouTube channel. To truly maximize your learning and become part of our growing community of confident communicators, I highly encourage you to visit my channel. Just search for my Audible World and hit that subscribe button. It's a fantastic way to continue this journey visually, practice alongside others, and ensure you don't miss any new insights. So, settle in, take a deep breath, and get ready to transform. Your voice, your power, your undeniable presence, it awaits. Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Invisible Wall, What's Holding Your Voice Back? Before we can build a strong, resonant voice, we must first understand the foundations upon which it rests. And often, the biggest barrier to a confident, articulate voice isn't physical, but psychological. It's the invisible wall of fear, self-doubt, and the echoes of past experiences that can silence us before we even utter a sound. This chapter is for anyone who experiences that familiar knot of anxiety before speaking, who battles imposter syndrome, or who feels their internal critic is far louder and more insistent than their actual voice. What are these fears? They manifest in many forms. The fear of judgment, of making a mistake, of not knowing enough, of being misunderstood, or the pervasive fear of public speaking, known as glossophobia. These aren't just abstract concepts, they trigger a very real, primal response in our bodies. When we perceive a threat, our fight or flight system kicks in, constricting our vocal cords, shallowing our breath, and clouding our minds. This isn't your fault, it's a biological response, but one we can learn to manage and ultimately, transcend. The key lies in reframing fear. Instead of viewing it as an enemy to be vanquished, what if we saw it as a signal, a sign that something important is about to happen, that you care deeply about the outcome? We'll learn how to acknowledge these nerves, to work with them, not against them, transforming that nervous energy into focused excitement. At the heart of this transformation is the power of mindset. Are you operating from a fixed mindset, believing your communication abilities are set in stone? Or a growth mindset, understanding that every interaction is an opportunity for learning and improvement? We'll cultivate a growth mindset, fostering the belief in your inherent ability to get better, stronger, and more confident with every spoken word. This also means embracing self-compassion, forgiving yourself for any perceived missteps, and viewing mistakes not as failures, but as invaluable feedback on your path to mastery. Now, I invite you to a short, guided practice. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly expand, and exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe, acknowledge any apprehension you might feel about speaking up, about being heard. Don't push it away. Now, as you exhale, imagine breathing out those specific labels: fear, anxiety, doubt. With each inhale, breathe in a new label: excitement, focus, potential. This isn't about eliminating nerves, but about changing their identity. You are not afraid, you are preparing. You are not unsure, you are anticipating. Repeat this for a few breaths. This simple mindset shift meditation can be a powerful tool to carry with you into any speaking situation. This understanding of our internal landscape is the first crucial step. Once we begin to dismantle these invisible walls, we can then turn our attention to honing the extraordinary instrument that is your voice. Part 2, The Instrument, Mastering Your Vocal and Physical Presence. Chapter 2, Your Inner Orchestra, Breathing Life into Your Words. Your voice isn't just a sound emanating from your throat, it's a powerful symphony, profoundly powered by your diaphragm. Yet, for most of us, our breathing is shallow, constrained, often happening only from our chest. This robs our voice of its natural depth, its full resonance, and its staying power. It leads to running out of breath mid-sentence, a shaky or weak vocal delivery, and an overall feeling of tension when we speak. It's time to unlock your body's natural, profound breath support, to truly breathe life into your words. Diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing, is the foundation of powerful and sustained vocal delivery. It involves engaging the diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle located just below your lungs, to draw air deeply into your abdomen. When you breathe correctly, your belly expands on the inhale and contracts on the exhale, much like an accordion. This deep, controlled breath provides a steady, ample supply of air that is essential for projection, vocal stamina, and a rich, resonant tone. The benefits are remarkable. Not only will you gain increased vocal power, allowing you to speak for longer periods without strain, but you'll also notice a reduction in anxiety. Proper breath work calms the nervous system, which in turn allows your voice to flow more freely and confidently. Your projection will improve, ensuring your message reaches every ear, and your overall tone will become richer, fuller, and more authoritative. Let's try a few practical exercises right now. First, the hand-on belly breath. Lie down or sit comfortably with one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. As you inhale slowly through your nose, focus on making your belly rise, while keeping your chest relatively still. As you exhale gently through your mouth, feel your belly fall. Repeat this several times, noticing the natural rhythm. This trains your body to use the diaphragm effectively. Next, try sustained S and F exhalations. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath. As you exhale, make a long, continuous S sound. Try to make it last for as long as you can, keeping the sound steady and even. Repeat with an F sound. This exercise builds breath control and helps you manage your airflow for speaking. Finally, counted breathing for control. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 2, and exhale for a count of 6. As you get more comfortable, you can adjust the counts, perhaps extending the exhale to 8 or 10. This disciplined approach builds remarkable breath endurance and control, directly translating to your ability to sustain thoughts and sentences without gasping for air. The key to integrating this into daily life is consistent, mindful practice. Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to these exercises, and then consciously bring that deep breathing awareness into your conversations. Notice when you speak from your chest, and gently redirect your breath to your diaphragm. With practice, it will become second nature, giving you a powerful, effortless vocal foundation. Chapter 3, Beyond Monotone, Sculpting Your Sonic Signature. Is your voice a captivating melody, drawing listeners in with its nuances, or does it tend to be a flat line, making even the most brilliant ideas sound dull? Your voice is a powerful instrument, capable of incredible range and expression. Learning to play it well, to consciously sculpt your sonic signature, can transform you from forgettable to utterly unforgettable. This chapter is for those who feel their voice lacks engagement, sounds monotonous, perhaps too high-pitched, or simply too soft to command attention. Let's explore the key elements of your sonic signature. Pitch. This refers to the highness or lowness of your voice. A varied pitch keeps listeners engaged, prevents monotony, and allows you to emphasize specific words or emotions. Avoid falling into a single pitch, whether it's a high, sing-song voice or a low, monotone rumble. We'll also address common pitfalls like vocal fry, that gravelly, creaky sound at the end of sentences, or voices that habitually rise at the end, making statements sound like questions. Pace. This is the rhythm and speed of your words. When do you speed up to build excitement, and when do you slow down to add gravitas and allow ideas to land? Mastering pace involves understanding the incredible power of the pause. A well-placed pause can convey thoughtfulness, build suspense, or simply allow your audience to process what you've just said, giving your words more weight. Volume. From a gentle whisper to a commanding declaration, your volume needs to be adaptable. This isn't about shouting, it's about projection, using your breath support to carry your voice clearly to every listener, even in a large room. Knowing how to adjust your volume appropriately for different environments and contexts is crucial for effective communication. Tone. Perhaps the most elusive yet powerful element, tone is the emotional color of your voice. It conveys your attitude and feelings, warmth, authority, empathy, enthusiasm, sincerity. Your tone can either reinforce or contradict your words, so aligning the two is paramount for authenticity and impact. Now, let's explore these elements with some practical exercises. For pitch, try pitch ladders. Start on a comfortable note and slowly slide your voice up and down, as if you're singing a scale. Practice speaking a simple sentence, like "I am excited about this," and try saying it with different emotional pitches: curious, excited, serious, questioning. Notice how just altering your pitch changes the entire meaning. For pace and volume, practice reading aloud with emotion. Choose a paragraph from a book or an article. First, read it in a flat, monotone voice. Then, read it again, consciously varying your pace, slowing down for important points, speeding up for less critical details. Experiment with volume, emphasizing certain words or phrases by making them slightly louder or softer. Practice volume swings, where you intentionally speak a phrase quietly, then loudly, then quietly again, gaining control over your projection. Finally, integrate vocal warm-ups into your routine. Gentle humming, lip trills, like making a brrr sound, and tongue exercises, like rolling your R's or rapidly moving your tongue from side to side, can increase your vocal flexibility and prepare your instrument for optimal performance. By consciously experimenting with and mastering these elements, you'll discover the vast expressive potential of your voice, ensuring that your message is not just heard, but deeply felt and remembered. Chapter 4, Speak Without Words, the Silent Language of Confidence. Your voice begins long before you utter a single sound. Your body speaks volumes, often communicating your true state even before your words do. Are you telling a story of confidence, engagement, and authority, or one of nervousness, disinterest, or insecurity? This chapter is for anyone who struggles with fidgeting, poor posture, limited eye contact, or simply wishes to enhance their nonverbal impact and convey unwavering confidence. Nonverbal communication is a powerful, often subconscious language that profoundly influences how your message is received. It can either amplify your words or undermine them. Posture: this is the foundation of your physical presence. Standing or sitting tall, with your shoulders back and head held high, conveys confidence and openness. Slouching, hunching, or collapsing into yourself signals a lack of engagement or self-assurance. We're not talking about rigid, artificial stiffness, but a natural, relaxed poise. Briefly consider the concept of power posing, how adopting expansive, open postures can actually influence your internal state and confidence levels. Eye contact: this is arguably the most critical nonverbal cue for connecting and building trust. Sustained, comfortable eye contact shows sincerity, engagement, and confidence. Darting eyes or avoiding eye contact can signal nervousness or dishonesty. We'll discuss strategies for making effective eye contact with individuals and how to scan a larger group to include everyone. Gestures: your hands and arms can either enhance your message or distract from it. Purposeful, open gestures can illustrate points, convey enthusiasm, and underscore your words. Fidgeting, closed-off gestures, like crossed arms, or excessive, aimless hand movements can detract from your message. The goal is natural, unforced movement that supports your verbal message. Facial expressions: your face is a window to your emotions and authenticity. A genuine smile can disarm and build rapport. Frowning, blankness, or expressions that contradict your words can create confusion or mistrust. Ensure your facial expressions align with the message you intend to convey. Proxemics, space: this refers to your use of personal space. Understanding appropriate distances in different social and professional contexts can build comfort and rapport, or conversely, create discomfort if boundaries are violated. Subtle mirroring and matching: in some contexts, subtly mirroring or matching another person's posture or gestures can build rapport and a sense of connection, but this should be done authentically and not in a way that feels forced or imitative. Let's practice some of these elements. Try the confident stance. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, spine long, shoulders relaxed back and down. Feel grounded and present. Practice this stance while taking a few deep diaphragmatic breaths. For eye contact, stand in front of a mirror and practice maintaining comfortable eye contact with your own reflection. If you're comfortable, practice with a trusted friend, holding eye contact for a few seconds longer than you normally would, then breaking it naturally. Finally, practice purposeful gesture practice. Choose a simple idea you want to express, like "I believe we can achieve this," or "there are 3 key points." As you say it, consciously use your hands to emphasize those ideas. Try open, expansive gestures for belief, or counting gestures for your key points. The goal is for your gestures to organically support your message, not to be a separate performance. By integrating these silent signals with your verbal communication, you'll project a powerful, cohesive image of confidence and sincerity, allowing your message to land with even greater impact. Part 3, The Message, Crafting Clarity and Impact. Chapter 5, No More Mumbling, Every Word a Jewel. You have brilliant ideas, innovative thoughts, and important messages to share. But what happens if your words are unclear, slurred, or simply mumbled? Those precious ideas, that vital information, can be lost before they even have a chance to land. It's time to polish your articulation, to ensure every single word you utter is a clear, distinct jewel, landing cleanly and powerfully. This chapter is for those who are often asked to repeat themselves, who speak too quickly, or who struggle with clear enunciation. Let's clarify some terms. Articulation refers to the clear pronunciation of words, shaping the sounds. Enunciation is the act of speaking clearly and distinctly, sounding out each syllable. When we mumble or slur, it's often due to lazy articulation, where our lips, tongue, and jaw aren't fully engaging to form sounds crisply. Common issues include jaw tension, which restricts movement, or a tendency to run words together. The goal isn't to over-articulate or sound unnatural, but to ensure that your listeners don't have to strain to understand you. This means giving proper attention to both your vowels, which carry the voice, and your consonants, which give words their structure and crispness. Let's dive into some diction drills to sharpen your delivery. First, try the exaggerated pronunciation drill. Pick a complex sentence, or even a tongue twister. Say it slowly and deliberately, over-exaggerating the movement of your lips, tongue, and jaw for each word. For example, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Say it as if you're teaching a child how to pronounce each sound. This awakens the muscles involved in articulation. Next, tongue twisters for jaw and tongue mobility. Classic tongue twisters like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers or she sells seashells by the seashore are excellent for this. Start slow, focusing on precise pronunciation of each word, then gradually increase your speed while maintaining clarity. A quick but impactful exercise is reading aloud with a pencil in your mouth. Place a pencil horizontally between your teeth, and try to read a paragraph aloud. It feels awkward, but it forces your lips and tongue to work harder around the obstruction, increasing their agility. Do this for a minute or two, then remove the pencil and notice the increased clarity. Finally, practice slow motion speaking. Pick a few sentences and consciously slow down your speaking rate. Focus on fully forming each word, giving attention to the beginning and end of each syllable. Often, when we speak too quickly, our articulation suffers. Finding your optimal pace for clarity is crucial, a pace that is comfortable for you to maintain and for your audience to follow. By intentionally working on these articulation exercises, you'll notice a remarkable difference in how clearly and confidently your words are received, making every single one a polished jewel. Chapter 6, From Clutter to Clarity, Making Every Word Count. In our modern world, information overload is rampant. We are bombarded with data, opinions, and constant noise. Can you cut through that noise and deliver your message with surgical precision, ensuring it not only lands but sticks? This isn't about speaking more, it's profoundly about speaking smarter. This chapter is for those who tend to ramble, struggle to get to the point, overuse filler words, or overwhelm their listeners with too much information. The power of conciseness cannot be overstated. Often, less is indeed more. A clear, concise message is more impactful, more memorable, and demonstrates respect for your audience's time and attention. One of the biggest culprits of cluttered speech is the overuse of filler words, like, you know, so, actually, basically. While a few are natural, an abundance can undermine your credibility and make you sound hesitant or unprepared. The strategy to reduce them is awareness, record yourself, or ask a trusted friend to point them out. Then, replace them with a thoughtful pause. That pause is powerful, it allows you to collect your thoughts and appear more composed. Beyond filler words, consider the structure of your message. A clear structure provides a roadmap for your audience. Consider the classic rule of three, presenting ideas in threes, which is naturally pleasing and memorable, or the problem-solution benefit model, state the problem, offer your solution, and explain the benefit to the listener. A timeless piece of advice is to tell em what you're gonna tell em, and then tell em what you told em. This simple framework ensures clarity and retention. Also, evaluate your language choice. Embrace active voice over passive voice. The decision was made by the team, passive, is less direct and energetic than the team made the decision, active. Active voice brings energy, directness, and responsibility to your communication. Infuse your language with vivid descriptions. Instead of saying, "It was a good experience," try "It was a truly transformative experience," leaving me buzzing with new ideas. Use metaphors, analogies, and sensory details to paint a picture and make your message more memorable and engaging. Finally, always tailor your words to your audience. What are their needs, their existing knowledge, their concerns? Speak their language, address their pain points, and frame your message in a way that is immediately relevant and valuable to them. Let's try a powerful practical exercise. The Elevator Pitch Challenge. Think of a complex idea, a project you're working on, or even your own professional value proposition. Now, distill it into a compelling, clear message that you could deliver in just 30 seconds, the length of a typical elevator ride. Focus on clarity, conciseness, and impact. This exercise forces you to strip away the unnecessary and focus on the absolute core of your message, making every word count. Practice it until it flows effortlessly. By applying these principles, you'll transform your communication from a stream of words into a laser-focused, impactful message that truly resonates. Chapter 7, Beyond Facts, How to Move Hearts and Minds. Facts can inform, but only stories truly transform. If you want to not just convey information, but to genuinely connect, persuade, and inspire, you must learn to infuse your communication with emotion, narrative, and human experience. This chapter is for leaders, presenters, salespeople, or anyone who desires their message to be memorable and impactful, resonating far beyond a mere presentation of data points. There's a powerful science behind storytelling. When we listen to facts, only certain parts of our brain engage. But when we hear a story, our brains light up, engaging multiple areas responsible for emotion, memory, and even sensory experience. We essentially live the story with the speaker. This makes stories incredibly effective for building connection, illustrating complex ideas, and making your message sticky. What makes a compelling story? It typically has a few key elements: a relatable character, often you, the speaker, or someone else involved, a conflict or challenge, a resolution to that challenge, and a clear message or learning that you want your audience to take away. Don't underestimate the power of personal anecdotes. Sharing a brief, relevant story from your own experience makes you authentic and vulnerable, instantly building rapport. It shows that you're human, not just a dispenser of information. Beyond personal stories, use metaphors and analogies to make complex ideas accessible. For instance, explaining a difficult concept by comparing it to a familiar everyday experience can instantly clarify it for your audience. Crucially, effective communication also requires emotional intelligence. This means not just understanding your own emotions, but accurately perceiving and responding to your audience's feelings. Are they bored? Confused? Skeptical? Adjust your approach, your tone, and your examples to meet them where they are. Empathy is a powerful bridge in communication. Ultimately, your goal is often to inspire a call to action. What do you want your audience to think, feel, or do after hearing you? Weave this into your narrative, making it a natural conclusion to your story, rather than an abrupt demand. Let's engage in an exercise to tap into your innate storytelling ability. Crafting your why story. Think about your core motivation for something you do, a project you believe in, or even for embarking on this communication journey. Why do you care? Why is it important to you? Now, articulate that why not just with facts, but with a brief personal story. Perhaps it's a moment of insight, a challenging experience that shaped your perspective, or a person who inspired you. This why story is incredibly powerful for connecting with others on a deeper, emotional level. Practice telling it, refining its emotional arc and clarity. As you move through these transformative concepts, remember that consistent practice is key. For visual demonstrations of many of the techniques we're discussing, from vocal warm-ups to body language cues and even storytelling frameworks, I've created dedicated videos on my YouTube channel. Your likes on those videos help me understand what content resonates most with you, and your comments are invaluable. They allow us to connect, for you to ask questions, share your experiences, and learn from others in our community. So, after this session, search for my Audible world and dive deeper into the visual side of unlocking your voice. By mastering the art of storytelling, you elevate your communication from merely informative to truly inspirational, moving hearts and minds with the power of your narrative. Part 4, The Performance, Delivery and Connection in Action. Chapter 8, The Unsung Hero, Why Silence Speaks Volumes. In our fast-paced, always-on world, there's a pervasive urge to fill every silence, to avoid any awkward lull. But the strategic pause is, ironically, one of the most powerful and often overlooked tools in a confident communicator's arsenal. It's not an empty space, it's where your words gain weight, where your audience has time to process and reflect, and where your authority can quietly grow. This chapter is for fast talkers, nervous speakers, or anyone who wants to add gravitas, emphasis, and impact to their delivery. A pause is not a sign of forgetting or uncertainty, it is a deliberate act of control and respect. There are various types of pauses, each with its unique power. Punctuation pauses, these are short breaks at the end of sentences or ideas, allowing your audience to mentally digest what you've just said, much like a comma or period in writing. Dramatic pauses, longer pauses used to build anticipation, create suspense, or allow a particularly profound statement to sink in. They draw attention to what comes next. Reflective pauses, these convey thoughtfulness. They show you are considering your words carefully, rather than just rattling them off. Listening pauses, crucial in conversations, these are silent moments that signal you are truly listening and processing the other person's contribution, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. The benefits of pausing are immense. They add emphasis and impact to your key points, giving them space to breathe. They provide crucial processing time for your audience, allowing them to absorb complex information. They create emotional resonance, allowing a powerful statement to linger. And perhaps most importantly, they make you appear more thoughtful, more composed, and more authoritative. The speaker who can comfortably command silence commands attention. The biggest hurdle is often the fear of silence itself, the internal pressure to keep talking, driven by anxiety about appearing unprepared or the listener losing interest. But embracing the void, allowing silence to work for you, is a mark of true confidence. Consider your pacing and rhythm. Are you speaking at a relentless pace? Varying your speed, knowing when to slow down for clarity and when to pick up slightly for energy, is a skill that complements pausing. Your breath, which we discussed earlier, naturally supports these pauses. A deep breath before an important statement, or a deliberate exhalation during a pause, helps you regain composure and prepare for your next words. Let's try a practical exercise. Reading with purposeful pauses. Take a short paragraph of text, perhaps from a book or an article. Read it aloud naturally first. Then, go through it again, and consciously mark places where you can insert a brief pause for punctuation, or a longer pause for emphasis. Practice reading it again, strictly adhering to your marked pauses. You'll immediately feel the difference in the rhythm and impact of your delivery. Try saying a strong statement, then pausing, and simply observing the power that silence adds before you continue. This exercise trains you to view pauses not as breaks, but as integral parts of your message. By understanding and strategically deploying silence, you will infuse your communication with a depth and power that few ever master, ensuring that when you do speak, your words resonate profoundly. Chapter 9, Beyond Speaking, The Magnetic Pull of True Listening. Communication isn't a monologue, it's a dynamic, intricate dance. And often, the most powerful thing you can do to unlock your own voice and enhance your presence is to unlock your ears. True confidence and impactful communication shine brightest not just when you speak, but when you demonstrate genuine interest, deep understanding, and profound respect for the other person's perspective. This chapter is for everyone, especially those who tend to interrupt, who find themselves planning their response while others are speaking, or who struggle to connect deeply in everyday conversations. Active listening is a fundamental, yet often underutilized, communication skill. It goes far beyond simply hearing words, it's about fully engaging with, interpreting, and responding to what is being said, both verbally and non-verbally. The core components of active listening include paying full attention. This means putting away distractions, making eye contact, and giving the speaker your undivided focus. Your body language should convey openness and attentiveness. Clarifying, if something is unclear, ask questions to ensure you're understanding correctly. Phrases like, "Could you elaborate on that?" or "What exactly do you mean by," are invaluable. Reflecting or paraphrasing, briefly summarizing what you've heard in your own words to confirm understanding. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying that X leads to Y. This shows the speaker you've not only heard them, but processed their message. Empathizing, trying to understand the speaker's feelings and perspective, even if you don't agree with their content. Validating their emotions can open up deeper communication. Your nonverbal listening cues are just as important as your verbal ones. Nodding, maintaining open posture, and consistent but not staring eye contact signal engagement. Small verbal affirmations like or I see also show you're following along. Beyond clarifying, mastering the art of asking powerful questions is transformative. Move beyond simple yes/no questions to open-ended inquiries that invite deeper thought and conversation. Questions that start with how, what, or tell me more about encourage elaboration and reveal more insights. A critical shift in mindset is to listen to understand, not to reply. Many of us are guilty of formulating our next statement while the other person is still speaking. Resist this urge. Truly listen with the intention of fully comprehending their message and their underlying feelings. The impact of being truly heard is profound. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, fosters collaboration, and creates a safe space for open dialogue. When people feel heard, they are more likely to listen to you in return. Let's try a powerful practical exercise. The Reflective Listening Challenge. In your next conversation with a friend, family member, or colleague, challenge yourself to not just listen, but to reflect back what you've heard before offering your own thoughts. After they share something, try to paraphrase their main point or feeling back to them using phrases like, "What I'm hearing is," or "It sounds like you're feeling." Only once they confirm your understanding, then share your own perspective. This practice will not only enhance your listening skills but profoundly deepen your connections. By cultivating the magnetic pull of true listening, you not only unlock deeper understanding in others, but you create the space for your own confident and articulate voice to be genuinely received and valued. Chapter 10, When the Stakes Are High, Speaking Your Truth with Grace. There are certain conversations that make our palms sweat, that cause our hearts to race. Whether it's giving difficult feedback, navigating a conflict, or negotiating a crucial deal, these moments demand not just clarity of message, but immense courage and emotional intelligence. Can you deliver your truth powerfully, assert your needs, and stand firm in your convictions, all while maintaining grace and preserving relationships? This chapter is for managers, team leaders, partners, or anyone who dreads difficult conversations or struggles to assert themselves effectively. High-stakes conversations require thoughtful preparation, not just improvisation. Before you engage, consider your mindset. What emotional state are you bringing into this? How can you cultivate calm and clarity? Your desired outcome. What is the single most important thing you want to achieve? What would a successful resolution look like? Potential reactions. How might the other person react? What are their likely concerns or objections? Anticipating these allows you to prepare your responses. One of the most effective tools for speaking your truth without accusing or provoking defensiveness is the use of I statements. Instead of "you always do X," which often leads to defensiveness, Try I feel emotion when behavior happens because impact on me. For example, I feel frustrated when team members arrive late to our meetings because it delays our progress. This keeps the focus on your experience, not on blaming the other person. When giving feedback, the SBI model, situation, behavior, impact, is invaluable. Clearly describe the situation. In yesterday's team meeting, specify the observable behavior, you interrupted me 3 times, and explain the impact, which made me feel unheard and disrupted my flow. This objective framework helps to depersonalize the feedback and makes it actionable. In situations of conflict, mastering de-escalation techniques is critical. Continue active listening, even when you disagree. Empathize with their perspective. I can understand why you might feel that way, given the circumstances. Validate their feelings, even if you don't agree with their conclusions. Crucially, learn the art of setting boundaries clearly and respectfully. This means stating what you will or will not accept in a calm, firm manner, without aggression. I need you to complete X by Friday, or I'm not available to discuss this after 6 p.m. Recognize when to pause or postpone a conversation. If emotions are too high, or you're unprepared, it's a sign of strength, not weakness, to say, I need a moment to think about that, or let's revisit this discussion tomorrow when we're both calmer. Maintaining composure under pressure is often supported by the very breath work we discussed earlier. When you feel tension rising, consciously return to your diaphragmatic breathing to regulate your nervous system. Let's engage in a powerful practice session. Scripting a difficult conversation. Think of a specific difficult conversation you need to have or anticipate having. Outline it step by step. What is your objective? What I statements will you use? What specific behaviors will you address, if giving feedback? How will you practice active listening and empathy? How will you handle potential counter-arguments or emotional responses? Write down your key points, even practice saying them aloud. This preparation builds confidence and allows you to approach high-stakes situations with clarity and grace. By mastering these strategies, you can speak your truth effectively, navigate sensitive situations with poise, and build stronger, more honest relationships, even when the stakes are at their highest. Part 5, The Application, Real-World Scenarios and Continued Growth. Chapter 11, Own the Room, From Stage Fright to Standing Ovation. Whether it's a critical team update in a conference room, a high-stakes client pitch, or a keynote speech at a major conference, the spotlight can be daunting. The butterflies in your stomach can feel like a swarm, and the urge to flee can be overwhelming. But with the right strategies, you can transform that nervous energy into kinetic power, conquer stage fright, and truly captivate any audience, moving beyond just delivering information to earning a standing ovation, whether literal or figurative. This chapter is for aspiring public speakers, professionals who frequently present, students, or anyone wanting to command attention in a group setting. The secret to owning the room lies in thoughtful preparation and mindful delivery. Structuring a compelling presentation, start with a powerful opening hook that immediately grabs attention. This could be a surprising statistic, a rhetorical question, a short, relatable story, or a bold statement. Follow with your core message, clearly outlining what you will cover. Develop your main points with supporting evidence, examples, and stories. Conclude with a strong call to action. What do you want your audience to do, think, or feel after your presentation? A powerful summary reinforces your message and leaves a lasting impression. Engaging your audience, don't just talk at them, talk with them. Incorporate interactive elements like asking questions, and pausing for mental answers, polling the audience, or even a brief small group discussion if appropriate. Storytelling, as we've discussed, is paramount here. Using visual aids effectively, visuals, slides, props, whiteboards, should enhance, not replace, your message. Keep slides clean, concise, and visually appealing. They are there to support you, not to be a teleprompter for your entire speech. Focus on one idea per slide, and use images or charts to convey complex data quickly. Managing Q&A sessions, anticipate potential questions and prepare concise, confident answers. When asked a question, listen carefully, clarify if needed, and then answer directly. If you don't know the answer, it's perfectly fine to say, "That's a great question, and I don't have the precise answer right now, but I'll make sure to get back to you on that," or "Let's park that question and address it offline." Dealing with disruptions or technical glitches, stay calm. Acknowledge the issue briefly and professionally. Have a backup plan, example printed handouts if technology fails. Your composure in the face of unexpected challenges speaks volumes about your professionalism. Connecting with your audience, be authentic. Share your passion. Show your vulnerability when appropriate. Make eye contact with different individuals across the room. Remember, you're there to serve them, to provide value. When you approach presenting from a place of contribution, your confidence naturally shines through. Let's practice a core component of powerful presentations. The mini presentation practice. Choose a topic you know well, something you're passionate about, or a brief idea you need to present. Structure a 3 to 5 minute presentation incorporating an opening hook, 2 to 3 main points, and a strong conclusion. Practice delivering it aloud, focusing on your voice, pitch, pace, volume, body language, posture, gestures, and clarity of message. Record yourself if you can, and observe where you can improve your engagement and impact. This regular practice builds muscle memory and reduces anxiety for larger presentations. By mastering these elements, you'll not only conquer the stage but truly own the room, leaving a lasting impression on your audience. Chapter 12, Your Voice at the Table, Leading, Influencing, Impacting. Meetings often feel like necessary evils, endless updates, tangents, and missed opportunities. But meetings aren't just spaces to share updates, they are arenas of influence, crucial for collaboration, decision-making, and driving progress. How effectively do you contribute, lead discussions, and ensure your voice shapes the outcomes that matter? This chapter is for professionals, team leaders, or anyone who regularly participates in meetings and wants to be more impactful. Being heard and influential in a meeting goes beyond just speaking up, it's about strategic communication and presence. Preparing for meetings, don't just show up. Know your objective for the meeting. What specific point do you want to make? What outcome do you hope to achieve? Anticipate key discussion points and prepare concise contributions or questions. Strategic contributions, it's not about speaking the most, but about speaking when it matters most. Look for opportunities to add unique value. Frame your contributions clearly and succinctly. Instead of rambling, make one clear point and then allow others to respond. Managing interruptions, gracefully. If you are interrupted, you have a few options. You can politely but firmly say, "Excuse me, I'd like to finish my thought," or "Just one moment, I'm almost done." Alternatively, if the interruption is relevant, you can acknowledge it and say, "That's a good point, I'll address that after I finish this idea." Or, simply pause, and continue speaking when the interrupter takes a breath, showing you're not done. Leading discussions, if you are leading, or want to facilitate, practice asking probing questions that encourage participation and deeper thinking. Guide the conversation, summarize key points, and facilitate consensus building. Use phrases like, "What are your thoughts on this, team?" or "Before we move on, does anyone have strong objections?" Summarizing and clarifying key points, at various junctures, or towards the end of a discussion point, summarize what has been discussed and any agreed upon actions. So, to confirm, we're all aligned on X, and Y will follow up on Z. This ensures everyone is on the same page and prevents miscommunication. Building consensus and influence, Beyond just stating your opinion, explain the why behind your perspective. Frame your ideas in terms of benefits to the team or organization. Listen actively to counter arguments and acknowledge valid points, even if you still maintain your position. This shows respect and builds influence. Let's try a practical application for meeting effectiveness. The Meeting Contribution Planner. Before your next meeting, identify 1 or 2 specific points you want to make, or questions you want to ask, that will genuinely add value to the discussion. Write them down. Think about who else will be there, and how you might phrase your contribution to best resonate with them. During the meeting, consciously look for the opportune moment to interject these points clearly and concisely. Afterwards, reflect, did your contribution land? How could you have been even more impactful? This structured approach transforms passive attendance into active, influential participation. By strategically wielding your voice at the table, you move beyond just attending meetings to actively shaping outcomes, leading discussions, and making a significant impact on decisions. Chapter 13, Beyond Small Talk, Forging Authentic Connections. Networking events, social gatherings, casual encounters, for many, these are sources of anxiety, dreaded for the superficiality of small talk. We yearn for deeper connections but often find ourselves trapped in polite, unfulfilling exchanges about the weather or traffic. It's time to elevate your casual conversations from awkward to authentic, transforming mundane interactions into opportunities for genuine connection and relationship building. This chapter is for anyone who feels socially anxious, struggles with initiating conversations, or simply wants to build more meaningful relationships in their everyday interactions. The key to moving beyond small talk lies in genuine curiosity and a willingness to be present. Initiating conversations with intention, move beyond generic openers. Instead of "how are you?" try a genuine observation or a light, open-ended question related to the context. What brought you to this event today? Or I'm curious what your thoughts are on topic relevant to the situation, or even I love your bag/shoe/tie, where did you find it? Finding common ground, listen for clues. What do you have in common? A shared interest, a mutual acquaintance, a common challenge. These are natural bridges to deeper conversation. Asking follow-up questions, this is where the magic happens. After someone answers your initial question, don't just move on to the next topic. Ask a follow-up question that shows you're truly interested in their response. That's interesting, what made you decide to pursue that, or how did that experience impact you? These questions invite elaboration and signal that you're genuinely listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. The art of story listening and sharing encourage others to tell stories. Tell me about a time when. Or what's the most challenging part of X for you? And be prepared to share your own brief, relevant anecdotes when appropriate, revealing a little of yourself. Graceful exits and follow UPS, knowing how to end a conversation politely is as important as starting one. It was great chatting with you, I need to grab another drink/find X person, but I hope we connect again soon. If you want to continue the connection, suggest a specific follow-up. I'd love to learn more about X, perhaps we could connect on LinkedIn, or let me get your card, I'll send you that article we discussed. Authenticity and vulnerability, be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not. Share a genuine laugh, admit a challenge, or express real enthusiasm. This authenticity is magnetic and fosters true connection. Let's try a simple, powerful daily exercise. The Curiosity Challenge. For the next 3 days, in every casual conversation you have, with a barista, a colleague, a neighbor, or a cashier, challenge yourself to ask at least one question that is driven by genuine curiosity, not just polite formality. Then, actively listen to their answer and ask one follow-up question. Notice how these small shifts transform the quality of your interactions. You'll be surprised how quickly conversations deepen and how much more you learn about the people around you. By embracing these strategies, you'll transform seemingly mundane small talk into meaningful opportunities for connection, enriching your social and professional life with authentic relationships. Conclusion: your voice, unlocked, a lifelong symphony. You have journeyed through the intricate landscape of articulate and confident communication. You've faced the invisible walls of self-doubt and begun to dismantle them. You've uncovered the profound power of your breath, refined your vocal instrument to produce a richer, more engaging sound, and learned to leverage the silent language of your body. You've sharpened your message, crafting it for clarity and impact, and discovered the transformative power of storytelling. And perhaps most importantly, you've practiced delivering your voice with intention, presence, and genuine connection in a myriad of real-world scenarios. This isn't the end of your journey, it's just the exhilarating beginning of your lifelong symphony. Confidence in communication isn't a fixed trait you either have or don't, it's a muscle, built through consistent practice, mindful observation, and a commitment to continuous growth. Every single interaction, every conversation, every moment you choose to speak your truth, is an opportunity to strengthen that muscle, to refine your instrument, and to make your unique voice heard. The ripple effect of unlocking your voice will extend far beyond you. It will impact your relationships, allowing for deeper connections. It will influence your career, opening doors to new opportunities. And it will amplify your overall impact in the world, enabling you to contribute your unique perspectives and talents more fully. And as you step out, ready to make your voice heard, I invite you to continue this journey with me beyond this audiobook. For ongoing insights, practical tips, and a vibrant community of fellow learners, please visit my YouTube channel. You can find me by searching for my Audible World. Hitting the subscribe button ensures you never miss a new video designed to further empower your communication. If this masterclass has resonated with you, please consider leaving a like, it truly helps others discover these valuable tools. And, most importantly, share your thoughts, your successes, and your questions in the comments section on my videos. Your engagement fosters a powerful community of growth, and I personally look forward to connecting with you there. Remember, your voice has power. Now, go forth and share it. Thank you for embarking on this transformative journey with me. May your voice always be heard, and may your message always make a difference.